What is going on, people? It is your boy, The Final Battles, and we are bringing you today a Kingdom chapter review. Kingdom chapter 644, House of the Peace Springs. This chapter, I mean, it completely just blows your mind. It builds up at the beginning as just all these twists and turns and unfortunate circumstances for Zhao, and then it leaves you in a whole different mindset at the end. This is one of the big reasons why Kingdom is such a great manga series in general. I mean, it's not just the fight scenes. It's not just the crazy war. It's that Game of Thrones aspect, the storytelling that's really just getting you really engaged in what's going on. It gets you coming back for the next chapters in the next week. But without further ado, let's get into the chapter. So we start off on the first page. We got the King Tojo's assistant, Kakukai. He basically comes in and he's having a little meeting with Riboku, basically getting his final words saying, hey, man, this is it. We're going to execute you tomorrow. You got anything you want to say, any messages you want to relay to, the king or anybody like that? Riboku basically states that, hey, if this is going to be the end, it'll be in y'all's best interest since Quinn is going to definitely capitalize on me being dead, that y'all should probably try to stop their efforts at Hanfu. Now, why this is such a strategic, strong point for them and it's pivotal for Zhao to stop them there, I don't know. Obviously, Riboku is a smarter man than all of us. He is playing, fifth dimensional chess. I mean, he's got an IQ beyond what of any of us can comprehend. He's just making big boy moves all the time. But anyways, after that, Riboku, basically warns, after that, he basically warns Cain, also said to warn Cain and the others, not to do anything stupid or anything rash. Well, kind of already beat them to the punch. They're already doing things stupid and rash, and they're kind of paying for it. Cain's a little bit, she's seen better days. She might be, she was throwing up some major death flags this chapter, man. She was ready to get out of there, and folks were gonna let her. That's the crazy part. Folks were definitely gonna let her clock out, bro. But anyways, after that, Kakukai basically leaves his meeting with Boku, and he's walking with the messenger. The messenger basically says, "Hey, should we relay that message to the generals and tell them how to stop Quinn at Hanfu and all that?" Immediately, Kakukai strikes the messenger. He's like, nah, cut it out. You thought we were actually gonna tell these people? Stop. That's a joke. That's not what we do here. We are trying to play the long game. And I don't know what Kakukai's long game is from withholding this information at that scene, but I'm guessing it's going to be prevalent in the future. Anyway, after that, we cut over to the King of Zhao inside the palace, and he's basically meeting with another one of his, messengers, informers, whatever, cabinet people, one of those people. And then after that, we cut to the king, and we get some interesting narration, actually, just talking about the type of character that Kakukai is, and that, he's a man that twists all the words that he receives, or everything that he gets, he twists. So definitely not someone to be trusted, but the king definitely knew what type of person he was, being a very twisted and sick and disgusting individual in himself. I mean, just terrible person. There's a lot of terrible fathers in anime, but he's definitely probably number one on that. I don't think there's even a close second, actually. Yeah, he's number one for sure. Worst fathers in anime, King Tojo. Yeah, you're the worst. You're scum of scum. But anyways, basically after that, they're in the palace, and in comes Ka. And Ka is trying to advocate for Riboku and trying to tell his father, the King of Zhao, that they shouldn't, kill him, that they shouldn't execute him, that Roboku is the last thing that's standing between Zhao and other annihilation, and that is the complete truth. Without Roboku, Zhao would be, I mean, probably already conquered by this point. I mean, I don't see anybody be able to hold off Olsen for the amount of time that Roboku did, and then Olsen being pushed to the lengths that he did, almost starving all his troops to death, and then still barely walking away with Gyo. I mean, it was just a hard fought battle, extremely difficult for both sides, but obviously Quinn got the upper hand thanks to that supplies coming in at the end of the arc there. His father does something interesting. He tells, Carl to come on over, and he embraces him lovingly. And in the process of him embracing him, he hits him with the Mike Tyson, gets up on the ear, gets him a good mouthful of ear, and just bites it off. He bites off his own son's ear for speaking out of turn. I mean, this is the type of man that we're dealing with here. Not only is he a pedophile, but also he bites off his own son's ear. I mean, just why? Why? What did that, I mean, okay, I get it, discipline. But honestly, nobody likes to taste the blood in their mouth. That's just nasty. In the ear, he's probably ain't. I mean, this is ancient, China. He's probably ain't been. I mean, I know the royalty, but I mean, shoot, we bathe every day, and people still don't wash behind their ears. I know they ain't washing behind their ears like that. It's all types of dirt. It's gritty. He's getting behind there. I'm sure it's just unpleasant all around. But who am I to say what a king or queen shouldn't do, But after that, bites off his ear, spits it out on the ground, tells Ka that, hey, get out of my sight. He could care less about saving Roboku. He's gonna kill him, and there's nothing he can do about it, okay? That's what he wants to do. He doesn't care about Zhao. He doesn't care about the people within it. He doesn't care about the life of his own son. The only thing that entertains the King of Zhao is his filthy, disgusting habits. But after that, something very important that's a very little moment in the chapter, but after I reread the chapter, it was a huge deal to me once I realized it. And I think a lot of people are really skipping over this and not realizing it. But before we cut to Shin at Gyo, before they turn them back around, the king calls for Kakukai. And then he steps back for a second. He says, wait, actually, get me my records clerk, I. Now, why that might be important, just the ordering of which he met and the very few amount of people that he met in this time span, especially in this chapter. That's a big deal because a lot of things go down in this chapter and we need to have a count where everybody is. So we have the Haishin unit arriving at Gyo, and immediately when they arrive, they're told, hey guys, we gotta head back. All right. We're going to be needed at the front lines. Basically, Moten briefs them about, the situation at hand, the reason why that everybody needs to go ahead and head out already and head towards con time is that they're planning an all-out offensive. Quinn is ready to strike Zhao right now. As soon as Roboku is executed, they are ready to go. They are ready to fire. They are ready to go and head and unify China under one Quinn banner. And even so, after that, Moten says something, quite surprising, saying that once they break through, that Coco Cow's defenses are, actually going to be, something to look out for. Yeah, right. All right. Yeah, right. All right. Get low diffed. And then we have a little short scene of where it's showing 10 kind of pondering what's going on. Shen's calling out to 10, trying to get her attention. Her mind is really elsewhere. She's very aloof in this scene. And then she's kind of thinking back on Cain and Cain, really how devout she is to Roboku, knowing the situation Roboku is in and how costly this could be to Cain at the end of the day. Because we all know, I mean, she's ready to risk it all in order to save Roboku, and she's that loyal to that man and knows all that he brings and the true, value that he holds to Zhao. He is Zhao, honestly. Honestly, Zhao is nothing without Roboku. And I mean, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. But after that, we get another page. We cut back to Gyo. After that, we cut back to Kantan. We got Shunju and Cain. After that, we cut back to Kantan, and we got Shun and Cain really just trying to discuss a plan with the rest of the rebellion, like how we're going to get Roboku out of here. They're trying to go through their options. At first, they don't think, going to the executing grounds is going to be a good idea, seeing as that's going to be the most heavily fortified place. That's where they're going to be expecting us to attack. And they are just basically unable to find Roboku where he was hidden at underground. They've done such a great job. I mean, there's so many possibilities. I mean, you're asking such a small group of people to basically sweep through an entire city, and a large one at that, in these underground nooks and crannies. They're going to be searching for days on end. I mean, there's no way that they're going to be able to go and randomly find this place unless they already have that intel, given to them by somebody else. But so basically, Shun comes up with a plan, and he's like, we don't have another choice. Honestly, we're going to have to, attack him while he's at the execution grounds. And basically, Shun comes up with an idea where one group basically goes in, probably the majority, and creates a diversion by attacking the soldiers at the execution grounds and the plaza. While the diversion is going on, another group is going to infiltrate or is already in disguise in that crowd and going to make their way towards Roboku. And this is really going to be the catalyst of that plan, is that group that is going to go to Roboku's immediate vicinity and trying to free him from those armed soldiers and get him and escort him out of there while being attacked, from soldiers from all sides. Honestly, like Shun said, it's going to be a suicide mission. And all of that being said, of course, Cain takes it upon herself to say that she wants to be a part of that. She has the resolve. She knows that she's not looking too well. She wants to save Roboku. She wants to put her life on the line, and she wants to be the one that ensures his safety, because she knows, if push comes to shove, that if the job needs to get done, she's going to get it done. Okay? And, hats off to Cain. I mean, she's, been there thick and thin, and she's really trying to, make this thing work. But honestly, I mean, do I think the plan would have worked? Probably not. Probably not. I just don't see him, especially if, it's the elite guard, that I'm sure the king will probably have there. If it was the elite guard guarding Roboku there, I don't think anybody in that group really had the martial might, especially if Cain is injured, to cut through those type of numbers and free Roboku. And then even if Roboku is free, let's say we did get him unchained and now he's a combatant also, you got to think that Roboku's probably been starved in that, in that prison cell. He's probably not feeling too well. And that's another big point also later on that I'm going to get into, that, these dudes, everybody in Zhao is really, really on edge right now. I mean, they're in a corner, man. And when you back people into corner and when you back animals into corner, they're very dangerous, man. They are very dangerous. Quinn is putting Zhao in such a hard spot right now that there is no telling what the repercussions and what type of rebuttal Zhao will have. And when they do fight back, I know it's going to be something devastating. I just know. I can tell already. Because this chapter, it just tells me, Zhao is not out for the count. They are not out for the count one bit, man. They are not. But anyways, now things start to change here in the chapter. And this is why I was saying Kingdom is so great. All these implications that we got from the pages before, really, adding to the sense of danger in Zhao and really seeing how dire things are there and just really showing how chaotic things are. And they just add to it. Let's just get into it. After that, they cut back to the palace. Kakukai is currently looking for the Zhao King, and he is nowhere to be found. The people inside the palace tell Kakukai that the king is in his usual spot at the house of Peach Spring. That's basically his, brothel where he has, or his bath house where he has basically his servant boys come and bathe him and do other, I'm sure, sexual tasks for him and all types of things. He's a disgusting man. Very disgusting. Anyways, he gets his. Now, once we get to the bath, we get to a little scene of the king, and he's basically having a little, chit chat with the boys in the bath. And he's talking about how everything in this world, out of all the riches and the gold and all the things that he got, the only true gift that he really received were these baths that he enjoys every day with these surfing boys. And they're, in their blissful ignorance and just going along with it. And ha 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 ha, yeah, cool, fine, bananas, right? But after that, something interesting happens. Oh, something very interesting happens. You see, the king starts to cough. And then the king starts to grab at his chest. At first, it starts to seem like he's having a heart attack, maybe. Like maybe his health is just fading. The kids say he's had too much to drink. He agrees. He gets out of the bath. He tries to walk away. He grabs his chest. He clutches his chest. I was almost for sure he was having a heart attack. Almost for sure he was having a heart attack. The king of Zhao, calls out for his physician. Tells the kids to go grab his physician. They look back, and the kids, with a gleeful, blank smile on their face, just look at the king as he wallows in agony and starts to bleed from every single one of his orifices, and he dies. And well, good riddance. All right. This has been a long time coming. This sick, twisted man had to sit there and bleed from his booty hole while all his servant boys just sat there with this blank smile and laughed while he cried out for his physician. And I just wanted to think how many times they probably cried while washing his nasty feet. How many times they cried when they had to tuck him in at night. Oh, but he got his. And this is why I say Kingdom is one of the best manga out there. The whole chapter, we sat there building up, thinking that Zhao was in such a tough spot now that there's no way that they're going to be able to overcome Quinn with all these obstacles and all this adversity stacked against them. And just when things just seemed a little bit too dire for Zhao, the heavens come down. A foe appears in the mist, and somebody has poisoned and killed the king. The king of Zhao is now dead. Now, what does this mean? A lot of things. A lot of things. One, Roboku immediately off to execution. Immediately. He's getting to work immediately. Ka is now in control. Ka is a competent man. What? Zhao is in good hands now. Zhao is in good hands now. Are you serious? Are you serious? And this is the hardest thing about it though, because now that they're in such a tough spot, like I was saying earlier, they're gonna be gunning for Quinn. They're not playing. They're not gonna go out laying down. They're getting Roboku out. They're gonna be like, hey, everybody get it together. We gotta go here. And they're about to shut it down and lock it down. They're about to shut it down and lock it down. Roboku's about to come out of themselves and he's making move. He might have to take a trip in the middle of the night. Who knows? He might go to Wei. He might go to, I don't know where he's going to go find somebody at. But he about to go get some help. Trust and believe, he's not about to just sit here and let Olsen walk into Conton. Yeah. Hey. Kingdom's on a different level. Kingdom's on a different level. I'm telling you. Like, come on. I just, hey man, listen guys, we're going to be coming at you with a lot more reviews. We got Kingdom, we got Keegan, we got One Piece, we're going to have Jujutsu Kaisen, we got that Baki coming up too, we're going to have video games, we're going to have gaming content, it's all of that. Stay tuned, because remember, the battle only just begun.